Good at T-minus 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
We're getting real close now, John. It's only a little over 12 minutes away. Just a reminder for everybody, it's about a 9-minute ride. We'll have some dueling boxes going on as that first stage is going to be coming home while the second stage is carrying Bob and Doug into orbit. So obviously we'll be keeping an eye on our astronauts the whole way uphill. Some of the calls that you'll be hearing, as there will be what we call performance calls over the Dragon to ground, and you'll just hear some of the SpaceX engineers calling out trajectories and booster performance. So we're always looking for that word. I know that's one of John's favorite words. That's one of mine too. We want to hear nominal as much as possible up on the way uphill. You might also hear some number and letter comment, and those correspond to the different abort zones that Bob and Doug are in during their flight uphill. There's 1A and 1B, which signify first stage. Those carry them from there in the Cape all the way up to about the very top of North Carolina. And then we'll have 2A through 2E or 2 Echo, and that will be on the second stage, and that goes from North Carolina all the way up out the tip of Newfoundland, so in the northern Atlantic, and then there is a zone of the Atlantic that we're going to avoid.
Hello, what's up?
So you should hear the call out be something similar to forward to Shannon, and that just refers to Shannon, Ireland, which they'll be going off the coast of Ireland as the latest of the second stage if they have to abort. So just prepping you now for some of those calls. You're hopefully going to hear that word nominal a whole lot on the way up.
So about
10
like
and a half
10 minutes
Those are
until
pretty quiet.
countdown.
As John I said, it'll pick up at 10 minutes. We'll wait for the crew just to confirm that their displays are in order. The crew is already strapped in and reported that they are go for launch, and we'll continue to gauges tick up on the Falcon 9 vehicle until fueling cuts off at just about 2 minutes prior to launch.
Dragon, SpaceX confirmed this for launch.
SpaceX Dragon displays are configured for launch.
Copy. Bob, Doug, on behalf of the entire SpaceX team, it's been a huge to get ready for today's historic mission. Know that we're with you, have an amazing flight, and enjoy those views of our beautiful planet.
Thanks, Jay. It is absolutely our honor to be part of this huge effort to get States back in the launch business. We'll talk to you.
Copy all. Thanks for those words.
The SpaceX core, so again, that voice that's going to be talking to Bob and Doug throughout their mission from right here in Hawthorne, just offering a few to the crew to confirm their crew displays are configured for launch. We are coming up on 9 minutes and counting.
Oh boy.
We've gotten through T-minus with the crew discussions. Activity is now going to switch over to Falcon 9. Our next comes at T-minus 7 minutes. We begin what we call engine chill. Pre-valves will open. Those currently separate propellants on the first stage from getting down to the Merlin engines. We'll open the pre-valve, fuel liquid oxygen to flow to the top of the pumps. And more importantly, when we open the valves, that'll allow us to begin chilling the 9 1D turbo pumps on the first stage engine. It'll take a few minutes to get them cold enough to we're ready to pass the large amounts of liquid oxygen through the pumps and into the main thrust chambers when we get to engine ignition at T-minus 2 seconds. We don't want to try to run highly chilled liquid oxygen through a warm pump. You would flash that into gas, and running gas through a high speed, not a good thing. So right now, we are waiting for T-minus 7 minutes. That'll start the engine chill. Shortly after that, we will also get the fuel shutdown.
Everything okay?
Listening to the SpaceX launch director in the back. As I mentioned, at T-minus 7 minutes, as we start the chill, we will also get into the final topping off of stage 1 fuel, and then the fuel complete. Right on time, That call out indicates that the fuel loading on the first stage is complete. Draining back the lines now, so first stage, second stage fuel are complete. Liquid oxygen loading is continuing on both stages. You can see on the view on the left side of the monitor the cold gas wrapped around the stages as the tank skins are chilled by the densified liquid oxygen, picking up the humidity
Falcon
from
9
the
is
Florida.
It looks like at this moment the 90% full on the oxidizer on the first stage, ticking up towards that 80% mark on the second stage. We'll be counting down all the way till about 2 or 3 minutes, as John and I just said, until everything is loaded
Falcon
in
9
Falcon.
heater.
And then we will be go for launch.
Dragon has transitioned to configure for terminal count.
Vehicle tanks pressing for strongback retract.
We're pressurizing the Falcon 9 tanks. We're going to open the clamp arm around the second and begin to retract the strongback. We'll move back about 2 degrees. That'll get us to the liftoff position. At liftoff, strongback will then recline about 45
Strongback
degrees
retract has
away.
started.
We're about 4
Stage two,
minutes
RB1 bleed.
and 21 seconds in
Launch director called out the
until
strongback
T
retract
minus
has started
10.
left.
So
You'll see
yeah.
it go back just a couple of degrees.
Stage 1 RP1 bleed.
Now I don't know if you have seen this before, but these look pretty cool, I would say. Especially how the rocket works. Like it goes up
We are just 4
comes back
minutes
down
away from liftoff.
and then lands.
Again, at this
on its
moment,
own.
Bob and Doug are really just laser
So
focused
yeah,
on those displays. They have insight directly into Dragon and the Falcon 9. They're able to see where their fuel, how everything's progressing down with the count.
AFTS final setup started.
we are now at 30 seconds.
3.5 minutes from launch.
And the strongback is now reclining away from the Falcon 9.
MVAC igniter purges.
Oh boy, it's almost gonna. It's going. It's about to go.
Pogo bleed.
It is like almost there. It's yeah.
Dragon has transitioned to and is on internal power.
Stage 1 LOX load close out.
Okay, we're at T minus 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Stage 1 LOX load is closed out. Stage 2 will continue to load another half a minute or so. Once we get the completion of stage 2 LOX loading down the line, so you'll see another large white cloud coming off of the strongback. That'll be normal. That'll happen
Vehicle
around
is transitioning to
T
internal
minus
power.
1 minute and 40 seconds. We're going on internal power now.
Just a few seconds away from the stage 2 LOX load being complete. It's been almost 9 years since we've been in this position. A lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point. All our eyes focused on 2.
Yep. That probably isn't rain, so
Stage
it
closed
should
out.
be okay.
Propellant fills are complete.
If it was raining, they would have to scrub the whole entire launch, like they did
Dragon
last
is in
time.
auto idle.
And I didn't even know it wasn't actually
Stage 2 LOX
putting
load
that
complete.
out.
All fuel, all oxidizer.
Didn't know I
on
was actually
Falcon 9.
live streaming,
1
and
minute,
not
34
actually
seconds
live
to go
streaming
till
it.
launch.
Ground gas closeouts is starting.
It is now 2:23 right now. It's a little bit behind schedule, as we know it. I will. So yeah, that's a little odd, but hey, we got a minute left. Yeah, almost a minute left. So yeah.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Oh
Dragon
boy,
is in countdown.
here we go.
FTS is armed for launch.
Under a minute now, the FTS, the flight termination system, has been armed.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
Okay. To go.
T-minus 30 seconds.
6, 25, 24, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18,
Stage 1 tanks
17,
pressing for flight.
16,
T-minus 15
15,
seconds.
14, 13, 12,
10,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
0.
0.
Ignition.
Ignition.
Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
Man, yeah. Here we go.
One Alpha.
So rises a new era of American spaceflight,
Stage 1
and with
propulsion
it
is
the
nominal.
ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion.
T plus 30 seconds into this historic flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9, and look at them go.
Falcon power telemetry nominal.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We're in the throttle lock. Reports say all systems are go.
About to reach max Q.
We've exceeded Mach 1 on the Falcon 9.
M1D throttle up.
We're throttling back up to full power as we're through
Bravo.
max Q.
Copy, 1
Just
Bravo.
went through max Q. Hey, maximum
We heard
dynamic
that one
pressure.
Bravo call out. That's just the
When
second
the
abort zone
rocket,
that they're in. They'll
when
continue to
air
be on
pressure
this
gets around the
until
rocket
first
and it's
stage has
just
done
like
its job, and they
right
second.
through that.
At this point, Bob
That's
and
what
Doug
max
pulling
Q
about
is.
2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity, already moving at
MVAC
over
engine chill.
1,500 an hour.
We've heard the call out for MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC
Oh no. No! Not again.
engine ready to about 2:44 into flight. Event coming up
Okay.
is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff, first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit.
About to hit Miko.
Coming up in about 20 seconds.
M1D throttle down.
We heard we're throttling down the Merlin engines on the first stage. And we have Miko.
Hey.
Miko.
2 Alpha.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage separated. Okay. This is going to be cool. So, the Falcon's not like it.
MVAC ignition.
So, when it separates, the main booster stage comes down to Earth
All right,
and
we have
lands vertically.
confirmed the first
Now
stage
that's
beginning
pretty
its
cool.
flight back.
I would
the
say.
second stage being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has ignited and is now
Acquisition of signal.
carried and dug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of this second
Stage
stage.
2 propulsion
I
is
think
nominal.
Bob and Doug have like an 8-hour
Which will cut
flight
off at
to
Seco
the
itself about
ISS.
8 minutes and 44 seconds into today's
I'm
flight, so a little over
n-
5 minutes
not
to go
completely
still
sure
on
about
this
that, but
second stage.
they can
Heard the
sleep
call
on
out
the
to
actual
Alpha,
thing.
so they're now abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up the eastern seaboard, almost to Canada. Things looking good though, getting good call outs.
Also is called the
propulsion
Dragon,
on
if
that
you
second
didn't know.
stage. Bob and Doug continuing to make their way
basically,
into
it's
orbit.
one of the most futuristic capsules in the right now. So it has touchscreens in it.
Dragon
and it's
SpaceX
actually
nominal trajectory.
very, very comfortable. The
Acquisition of signal in Bermuda.
SpaceX
the
Dragon
are
Factory.
actually fitted to you, customized to you, and also the
All right, here in nominal
spaceship-
trajectory, so
the
Dragon
spacesuit
pointed in
is
the
too.
right direction,
So,
continuing
yeah.
to make their herd acquisition of Signal Bermuda. That's one of the other ground stations that they're using to get telemetry and data back from this spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
A little over 4 minutes 40 seconds into the flight. Bob and Doug flying at more than 5,600 miles
Dragon
per hour.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Already almost 200 miles
Nominal
downrange
trajectory.
from the kind of nominal trajectory. Continue.
Oh, here we go. Down
you
the
can see
rocket
that first stage with
from
grid
actually,
fins
like,
deployed. It's making its way
smashing
back
into
to
the
attempt
earth.
to land our drone ship,
So,
of course.
yeah.
I still love you today. And we're just about a couple minutes
And
away
I Still
from
Love You
the
is the
entry
drone
burn,
ship,
and that's where
like they say.
the 9
Yeah.
Merlin engines do ignite to help slow the vehicle down as
I
it
think they
re-enters
have
back into the
2
Earth's
drone ships right
atmosphere.
now. I don't know
And
what
then
the other one is
after
called.
the
I can't
entry
read off the
landing
top of
burn,
my
which
head.
is just a single engine
Dragon
burn.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
And you heard
Nominal
Starting
trajectory.
chill for entry burn.
all out. They are still on a nominal trajectory on Dragon. Still on second stage, and that's that MVAC engine on second stage on your left.
Oh, and since the booster does land,
Again, on your right
it's
screen is
very,
that first
very
stage booster towards
so,
our
like,
drone ship.
they
Of
can
course,
take
I
the
Still Love
rocket
You. We're about a minute
and
away
reuse it
from
on the next
entry
mission
burn.
instead. Well, reuse the
That
mission
second stage continuing to power
instead of
Dragon
like making a
into
whole
orbit.
entire different
And if
booster.
you're keeping an eye on
yeah,
that timer,
and
that's
it
going to
makes
continue
sense.
to burn
so,
until 8 minutes and
yeah.
44 seconds into flight. Over 2 minutes from now, we'll hear the call out Seco. It'll then be a little
Stage
under,
2
or a
propulsion
little
is still
over,
good.
a little over 3 minutes until Dragon physically second stage of the Falcon 9 after the upper
Dragon
stage gets a
SpaceX
chance.
nominal trajectory.
Dragon Tappies, nominal trajectory.
Continuing to check in with Bob and Doug as they are on a nominal trajectory. Just about 10 seconds away from starting that entry burn on your right screen. We should be able to see that view live.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
Oh boy, here we go.
And there is that entry burn beginning. This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
While that entry burn continues, we're just about a minute away from Seco. We'll have a number of them happen in rapid succession. It'll be
Copy,
the
shutdown.
second engine cut off.
Stage 1
We'll
entry
be
burn
looking
shut
for
down.
that stage 1 landing burn shortly after.
Yeah, actually, just within a few seconds of each other. It's such a cool view on your left screen, Bob and Doug on Dragon. Right now, you can see the displays that they are seeing right now themselves.
Terminal guidance.
And back throttle step.
We are coming up 25 seconds or so away from Seco, or second engine cutoff.
This is also the point where Bob and Doug are experiencing their highest G-force. We're seeing
Oh.
the counter tick up to right about
Stage 1 entry
1.8.
transonic.
Copy.
You heard Shannon, so that just means they're in their final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, would either be an abort to orbit or to land off the coast.
Okay.
Falcon 9 first
That
stage
usually
successfully landed.
And
Like-
there
Yes,
you can see on your
okay.
screen, 9 has landed. This is the first Falcon 9 to carry
Acquisition of signal
humans to
Newfoundland.
orbit, so very exciting for us. And as you can see on your right screen, Bob and Doug are still making their way to their targeted orbit.
M1D to recover.
So exciting today.
M1D.
It doesn't stop.
It does not stop.
All right, we did hear again that call out. Good orbital insertions. Falcon 9 and Dragon right now exactly where they're supposed to be.
M1D to FRC on recovery 1.
And it's right at about 12
This
minutes,
is a
and we'll
switch over to
separate.
ECF9.
Looks like we saw a 0G indicator floating around there. I know Bob and Doug owe us a little bit about what exactly that is with them.
And before separation, before Dragon initiates the second stage, they do make sure to they do ensure that the vehicle is not spinning and it is in good condition before we separate.
That's right, the upper stage does
So
small
it looks like
attitude
they took
maneuver
off their
using
seatbelts,
cold gas
so, yeah,
thrusters
that's
built into the
very low.
rocket body itself.
Ah. So we're not actually live.
I cannot get over this view that we are seeing right now. Bob and Doug on the right screen inside of Crew Dragon out in space.
Yeah, already 200 kilometers over planet Earth, or a little over 124 miles, traveling in excess 700 meters, 27,000 meters per second, or about 16,000 miles per hour. Again, we're just standing by. That separation event should be coming up shortly. Then they'll begin a series of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used to maneuver Power Dragon on its flight to the International Space Station. Standing by for separation.
Expected loss of signal, wallows.
It sounds like we had an expected LOS loss of signal with one of the ground stations. Waiting for confirmation now of that.
Dragon separation.
Dragon separation confirmed.
There is
Hey.
a great view right in front of you
Countdown
of
one, is that
Dragon
Mark?
separating.
Separation confirmed.
And there, Dragon is now officially making its way to the International Space Station today.
Dragon SpaceX with that separation call. We have a few words for you from our Falcon 9 team.
Dragon, Chief Engineer on Dragon to Ground. Bob Doug, on behalf of the entire launch team, thanks for flying with Falcon 9 today. We hope you enjoyed the ride. Wish you a great mission.
Thanks, Bala. Congratulations to you and the F9 team for the first ride for Falcon 9, and it was incredible. Appreciate all the hard work, and thanks for the great
Copy all.
power and
Good luck.
light. Proud of you guys and the rest of the team. Thank you so much for what you've done for us today, putting us into low Earth orbit from the Florida coast.
Copy all. Good luck. Godspeed.
All right, so Bob and Doug are in
And Dragon
space.
SpaceX, we confirm nominal Eclipse activation and Draco checkouts. Nose cone deploys in progress.
Copy all. We're monitoring.
We're here in Hawthorne, giving the crew a heads up that we have confirmation the nose cone is deploying. So again, that nose cone is going to open up a little bit more degrees, goes up to about, I think, 105 degrees, and that's going to expose the actual docking ring and the hatch that they're going to be going through once they attach to the station, and also 4 of those Draco thrusters, we call them the forward bulkhead thrusters, they're going to be used for these major phase burns or firings of those to actually raise their orbit gradually over the coming hours. Also heard good activation of the ECLSS, that's the environmental control and lifestem, that's everything controlling their atmosphere, just keeping Dragon a nice, safe, habitable environment where they're going to be living for the next 19 hours until they arrive at
Right, exactly. And Falcon 9's job may be done for today, but the mission is not over. Crew Dragon's job is not done. As you, Doug, are still inside Crew Dragon making their way. It will be a 19-hour trip to the International Space Station before they dock tomorrow morning. And such cool views. I love that we can get these live views here and see and watch what they're now that they are in orbit.
Yeah, it's incredible to just be looking over their shoulder, to be along for the ride. And we're going to be with them, and we're going to be with all of you the entire way for their journey to this. We're going to be covering live throughout. Bob and Doug will obviously have a sleep period where they'll get about 8 hours of sleep a little bit later today before they wake up. Final approach. One of the major things we are looking forward to in the next couple of hours is going to be their first turn at the controls. So they're actually going to be using those touch manually pilot Dragon. We'll walk you through what that's going to look like, and assuming we have some good ground station coverage, we'll be able to get views from right inside Dragon, looking over their shoulder as they manipulate the controls at the display. We had a smooth ride uphill, both stages of the Falcon 9 doing their job, placing Bob and Doug into orbit. I mean, this is a day, this is a historical day. This is us kicking off that new era of spaceflight and talking about and longing for since the Space Shuttle program came to an end in 2011.
Yes.
And the weather cooperated.
Yes, second time's a charm.
Right.
All right, so day for the history books. As you can see, we have lost some live signal there, but the mission still continues, and we're going to send it over to KSC to continue broadcasting live with you guys.
Lost of signal, Newfoundland.
Yeah, just in awe over here. When I woke up this morning and looked at the weather forecast, I was like, man, we're going to be back here on Sunday, but we did it. The room cleared outside watching, and inside the lights were shaking, the cameras were shaking. Lauren came back in with tears in her eyes. This is really amazing.
I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes. This is, I'm a little bit speechless. Just so grateful that we're there, and there's a lot more to go. But I'm so happy they're safe right now. I'm just so happy.
Yeah.
Basically,
Leland,
the mission is
it's
still going
amazing
on,
when
but
we work together.
I'm going to end it here because, hey, yeah,
showing you what Americans can do
it's pretty cool.
when we come together as a team
I think
and blast Doug
this
and,
will probably
and Bob off
go
to
on
the
for a
cosmos.
while.
This is what it's
and
about.
have some things
and
to
their
do.
families and everyone's working together.
Here, let me turn this down
to
real
take
quick
them up
so
to
you
space
guys can
safely.
hear.
I don't know what to say.
So, I think it's next week, maybe. I don't know. PlayStation something. So I will do a live stream for that on the second channel because hey, I should really post some more gaming things on there, and yeah, and so I'll be doing that. Guys, probably coming up there will be some new videos. I'm working on one single video recently, like I said in the last video. Well, this video is actually what I'm doing with it. I'll tell you in the video what I'm doing, but yeah, right now I'm trying to get a second camera because I need one for that video. But yeah, this was actually pretty cool to watch, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one, in the next live stream. Join me on like June 4th, I think it is, for that one, and see you guys later.